welcome to the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries surrounding Dragon, exploring his past, his present, and the tantalizing possibilities of his future in the final saga of One Piece. So hoist the sails, gather your crew, and let's set course for adventure as we delve deep into the enigma that is Monkey D. Dragon. Although Dragon the Revolutionary has been a part of Eiichiro Oda's One Piece for more than 20 years, he has stayed on the edges of the main story. Even though he is known as the world's worst criminal, Monkey D. Dragon has not been involved in any big scenes in the series so far. This is true even for the ongoing Egghead incident. Some of Dragon's worst enemies, old allies, and even his own son Monkey D. Luffy's pirate crew are involved in the fight on Egghead, so it's not clear why Dragon doesn't want to get involved. Most people in One Piece must already know about the attack on the island, which makes this even stranger. No matter what his reasons are, Dragon's constant lack of involvement in big events has led to a lot of criticism and guesswork from fans. It was in the East Blue Saga that Monkey D. Dragon first showed up in the manga and anime. He showed up out of the blue in Logetown just as the Straw Hat Pirates were leaving for the Grand Line. Despite the excitement of his first appearance, where he prevented Buggy the Clown from killing Luffy, the Water 7 saga, hundreds of chapters and episodes later, gave him a name. Dragon is also well known and respected among the revolutionary army he leads, which is likely partly due to his fighting skills since the world government sees him as their #1 enemy. According to his actions in Logetown, he possesses the ability to alter the weather, yet the source and strength of these skills remain unknown. Dragon hasn't done much to make definitive moves against the world government since Logetown. His staff has carried out the majority of the work. He wasn't in Marineford during the Summit War, and he didn't help with the Revolutionary Army's tasks in Dressrosa or Mary Geo's during the Reverie. Even though it makes sense for him to wait for the right time to attack the world government, what is happening in Egghead right now makes a very strong case for him to step in. What's at stake for Dragon on Egghead? Dragon has more than enough connections on the battlefield of Egghead Island to pique his interest. His son, Monkey D. Luffy, who is now an Emperor of the Sea, is the most important of them all. Dragon did not step in when his son and his crew were facing a challenge from a buster call that was aimed at their position. This is strange, but it is also not surprising since Dragon has not shown any interest in Luffy's journey. Next, the question arises as to whether Dragon is aware that Dr. Vegapunk has received the death penalty for his research into the Void Century. Vegapunk and Dragon used to be friends and respected each other in some way. It would be terrible if Vegapunk went away. It would be especially hard for people who want to figure out the world's real past. Last but not least, Dragon needs to move because Bartholomew Kuma's cyborg body arrived late on Egghead Island. Kuma, who used to work for him, went there after wrecking Mary Geo's. It took the Revolutionary Army a while to find Kuma's body before the Reverie. His sudden escape from their base on Monwaro Island caught them off guard. Because of this, it is strange that Dragon doesn't seem to want to go after him after all the trouble they went through to get him back from the world nobles. Potential reasons for the Dragon's lack of action. On the other hand, Dragon's lack of decisive action in such a tense situation is, to say the least, troubling. However, there are a few good reasons why he hasn't joined the fight on Egghead Island yet. To begin, Dragon and the Revolutionary Army may not know what's going on the island of the future because they are back in Paradise, which is the first half of the Grand Line, and can't really get regular reports from Egghead in the New World. As for Dragon and his friends, they may still be shocked by Sabo's report on what happened at the Reverie that led to Nefertari Cobra's death and the news about the 5 elders in Emu. Everyone in the Revolutionary Army was shocked by this news because only the 5 elders knew about Emu's presence and powers, as well as their secret role as world rulers. That news must have really scared them all to their core, and they must be carefully planning what to do next in light of such a scary danger. How could Dragon impact the rest of the Final Saga? In an ideal world, Dragon's role in the Revolutionary Army's activities would have been easier to see. However, it is clear that his troops are on the move, making bold advances against the Marines. The recent successful invasion of Reverie by the Revolutionary Army shows how close they are to attacking the home of the Celestial Dragons directly. This is especially true now that they know Mary Geo's food supplies are running low. As the Egghead arc comes to a close, Dragon and his troops may play a bigger part in the story of One Piece soon. This is because they haven't really started their attack against the Marines and Celestial Dragons yet. It's unclear whether the Revolutionary Army will become busier during the upcoming Elbaf arc or even later in the story. However, Dragon and his troops will undoubtedly be valuable allies for Luffy and his crew as they work to overthrow the world government and bring about a new era for the world. Summary and highlights. Fans are surprised that Dragon isn't involved in important fights, especially since so much is at stake. Recent victories for the Revolutionary Army suggest that they might change how they fight the world government. Even though Dragon has been passive so far, he and his troops may become more involved in the last part of One Piece. As we conclude our exploration of Monkey D. Dragon's enigma, the anticipation for the final saga of One Piece reaches a fever pitch. With Dragon's shadow looming large, we eagerly await the moment when he and the Revolutionary Army will shape the course of history. Until then, may the spirit of adventure guide your journey. Farewell, fellow pirates, see you on the next video. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat. And people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.